Donda, 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 Donda.
That's our new intro. Donda, Donda,
Donda, Donda, Donda.
All right, we're keeping that in. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 20 of the ControllerCast. My name is Ursel. Always joined by, or not always, but most of the time joined by John Wood, Andrew Ihausen,
I've
and
been
Parker
here every
Tedrow.
episode.
Yeah, John's been here every episode. But we got the usual cast and crew, all three of us, or all four of us, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're keeping it rolling. We're keeping it rolling. One of us doesn't exist. I don't know who. That's me. It's me. I'm just a ghost of ControllerCast past. But
hasn't been good since the 5th episode.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're keeping this in.
But yeah, so it's been kind of an eventful week. Literally eventful, like in the moment too, with just news we'll get into. But yeah, how's everyone's week been? I guess I'll always start off. I obviously came to Omaha, hung out with you guys, was in town. Obviously.
All
so
of our podcast listeners know obviously you were here.
Yes, because I mentioned it like 3 times on the pod. But yeah, was in Omaha, just hung out with everyone. Now I'm back. I came back super late last night, and once I got back from the airport, I rode in the most like set up Uber I've ever ridden in my life. Like, woman pulls up, she has a billboard on top of her car. And
what?
I get in the back seat, and she has this iPad set up, and it's like hanging in front of me, and she's like, yeah, you can watch like Netflix on here if you like, or you could charge your phone from one of these like charging ports. And I was like, damn, like, what the hell, lady? Like, you're going all out for this. And she was telling me about how she like literally she Ubers full time, and she only Ubers from the airport, like Ubers at the airport. Which I was like, okay, that's super cool. But yeah, I rode in a really cool setup of a Uber last night.
You better have rated her 5 stars.
I did. And then what is it? So that was kind of interesting. And then obviously, while I was in Omaha, finished that Ghost of Tsushima expansion I mentioned earlier or last week. It was pretty good. It took me like 10 hours to beat, which isn't bad because the expansion is like $20. And then I've also been playing a lot of Destiny 2, which I've got the big Destiny 2 bug right now. And that's a very interesting one-of-a-kind game, but that's like a rabbit hole for another day. But that's been my week. What about you, John?
Yeah, I mean, it's been okay. Been trying to get some rest in. If you know me well, you know why. But other than that, I mean, it's been pretty good. Obviously, I got to see all of you guys a couple of times. So that was really fun. We went to Beercade Friday night. I mean, I don't know why I thought that was Saturday night. We went Friday night. That was really fun. We actually got to play some of those really fun old-timey arcade games. We played NBA, all 4 of us. And obviously, Andrew and I beat these guys. It was easy.
It was cheated. It was
Too
rigged, by
easy.
the way.
Uninstall the game.
It was
The
way too easy.
CPU was overpowered. Okay, that's our excuse.
I actually just downloaded Destiny 2 as well, so I'm probably gonna try that out after we get off the pod. But I don't know if there's really anything else. We kept it pretty chill this week. But what about you, Parker?
Honestly, I just really worked and hung out with you guys. That was my week. I just kept up with kind of the Kanye stuff throughout the week. We just saw some stuff this morning. I'm excited to listen to that later. But other than that, I've just been on social media, hanging out with you guys and sleeping really and working. What about
The life
you,
of
Andy?
an average American.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel so boring, but there's literally nothing in my week.
It's been too hot this week.
I've been sweating my ass off every day out here. I'm out here, I'm grinding. I haven't seen my family. I mean, yeah, it's just we hung out Friday night, had a little birthday party for Jordan's uncle last night. So we were out partying last night, and then shit, man, watched Nebraska get their asses beat by Illinois. That wasn't fun, but
Nope.
Look,
Stay frosty.
the best part about Nebraska was just seeing how, seeing this nation of people, this group
nation.
of people, the Husker
This
Nation,
indigenous people.
this Husker Nation
Indigenous people.
believe so strongly in a futile concept, such as Nebraska is a good football team.
Listen here. Okay, this is
The smart ones don't believe that.
Exactly. As everybody knows, and as it makes sense, we are a Florida Gators football podcast. So,
I'm not. I'm out.
Yeah, Nebraska football's trash.
No, but
it's
like,
miserable.
just like, this isn't like a topic or anything, but like, how do you keep just saying the same shit to yourself every year? The team sucks. The team is bad.
Very bad.
Literally last night, like I was just like bored on my airplane before I was about to take off. And like, I don't even care about Nebraska football, but I literally just Googled Scott Frost. And like, there's
That's
just
a bad
all
idea.
these, yeah. And like, there's just so many interesting articles from people who don't have like Nebraska's cock in their mouth, like people that don't live in Nebraska, and like, they're just giving their outside view of like this whole Scott Frost situation. And just like, yeah, this is terrible. Like Nebraska is like the worst team in the Big Ten. Like
Honestly, the game
probably.
The game yesterday was like a culmination of the last 3 years under Frost. It seemed like the same shit, just
Yeah,
a different day.
It's miserable.
It's
miserable.
the same shit, different day. It's terrible to watch.
I'm gonna give myself credit though. Okay, let's see. How much game time went by before a fucking Nebraska player got a safety because they threw the fucking ball out of bounds?
Probably like 2 minutes.
3.5
maybe?
fucking minutes, maybe.
Jesus Christ!
I literally watched it until that happened, and I immediately looked at Jordan. I'm like, I was like, the Seinfeld meme where he's like at the play and he's just like, and he just fucking stands there and walks away. I basically did that in my fucking living room yesterday. I was just like, nope, I'm good. We're good. I'm just gonna watch fucking House Hunters or whatever on HGTV instead.
And that shoddy attempt at the comeback at the end.
I just feel like Frost and Adrian Martinez have so much power with everything. Like once those two are gone, I feel like maybe Nebraska can prosper again. Who knows? But right now,
Frost getting fired immediately.
We're not.
Yeah, it'll be
for
fun.
A very long
Me and
time.
Parker, maybe John will be sitting in like 30-degree freezing weather watching Iowa beat the living piss out of Nebraska in November. So
yeah, I'll be
it'll
wearing
be a
my
good
yellow.
time.
Black and gold.
How are
Go
our
Hawks,
episode
go
3
Hawks,
coming
black
very
and
soon?
gold forever,
Go
baby.
Hawks, black and gold.
I thought you were an Indiana fan, Andrew, and now you're a Florida fan, and back to Iowa.
No, dude, no. No, it's Indiana and Florida, baby. The two pinnacle teams in the college football landscape.
Any
The
underdog
premier.
that can potentially go positive this year, I'm a fan of, and that's not Nebraska.
You know what? I am not a Nebraska fan this year. I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of the Shield.
Okay, buddy.
But other than that, I woke up to see that the Lord's Day has been blessed with a new gospel this morning.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. So let me just kind of give some context. Original plan, if you listen to the end of the last episode, was that this episode was going to be the Donda episode because we at least me personally, I had pretty strong confidence that the album was going to come out this week. I was right, but it did not come out when albums usually come out. It came out Sunday morning, which is, if you guys don't know, we record this podcast Sunday morning. So even if I wanted to start listening to the album, I wouldn't even finish it by the time like none of us would have finished it by the time that we woke up and tried to listen to it, unless we woke up like an hour too early. But
I actually did. I woke up at 7. I could have listened to the whole thing, but
Yeah.
I went back to bed.
But yeah, the album is out after a very tumultuous, I guess, release plan. I don't even know what to call it. But I guess I just want to ask you guys was, but believe it or not, I think it's safe to say, even though you guys heard the Donda chant at the beginning, that we're not like Kanye West super fans, or like some of us probably aren't even Kanye West fans. But yeah, but I think there's interest in the album. But I guess what I just wanted to ask you guys now that we're at this point, was this rollout worth it? This long, like start stop, kind of situation,
And I think it's pending for me. Just depends
Oh,
on.
I think it's good. I think it's jarring, and I think it was great marketing when it comes down to it. Because the longer that people are anticipating an album, the more people are going to listen to it when it comes out. Even people that, like me, are not diehard fans of Kanye. Like,
yeah.
it's so polarizing, the whole marketing scheme behind the whole thing. Like, I just had to listen to it. I had to get into the hype. And I've heard the first few tracks, and I don't have an opinion yet, but we'll see.
Honestly, if the album sucks, it wasn't worth it. But it for me, it's pending, because when you wait longer to release something, you expect it to be retooled and refined to like perfection. So it waiting this long might have built up the anticipation and the hope, but if people listen to it and just blows, then what was it for?
I don't think it'll blow. From what I've heard, so as a preface, I have listened to about 8 songs on the album prior to this. I think if it keeps going in the trajectory it's going from my listen through, I think it'll be like a mid-tier Kanye song, like kind of in the middle of his discography. I mean, it's not going to be, pinnacle of his career like Yeezus was, but
Yeah.
Also, like I'm actually
oh,
glad.
don't give me that shit, dude.
Pinnacle
My
is
beautiful
so
dark twisted
Pinnacle-
fantasy
yeah,
was a
hold on,
ride.
Beautiful
Dude,
Dark
Save
Jesus
this-
is a
save-
good
yeah,
album.
save-
Shut the fuck
Say,
up.
save, yeah,
Jesus
save-
was his prime. Are you?
yeah. Okay, you guys need to listen to Yeezus again. Go fuck
Yeah,
yourselves.
Yeezus just rose
Yeah.
again.
No,
bro.
absolutely.
No,
But-
no.
Okay, but no, like we'll probably delve more into all, like the ranking of the album and stuff like that like next week. But I'm actually glad it came out. It kind of works out because I don't know how well of an opinion I would have formed on the album if we came out Friday and we were reviewing it today. Like now we'll have like a week to sit on it, but I don't know. Like I'm not gonna go in like with the expectation of it's gonna be shitty. Like I don't try to go into that expectation with anything. At the worst, I always try to just keep neutral expectations. But but like I guess, what is everyone's opinion, like thoughts on going into the album? What are you expecting now that it's out? And maybe Parker, you haven't listened to it. I haven't listened to it. John, you've listened to a few songs. So what's everyone's opinion on that? John, maybe let's start off.
Yeah, I'm expecting a gospel. I mean, I'm expecting it to be kind of a culmination of everything that he's done up to this point in one album, because I think this will probably be one of his last big projects. So I think, and hearing the first few tracks, I could see that too, where it's like everything that Kanye's done style-wise in one album. And if he does it and he does it well, I think it could be one of the greatest Kanye albums easily. But we'll see, because his gospel stuff is a little mid, in my opinion.
What about you, Andrew?
From what I've heard so far, I mean, it kind of feels like an album that I would just like play and not really pay attention to. Like
Background album?
Yeah, kind of a background album. It's like from the ones I can like, I mean, the one with the Weekend Hurricane is one that I could pick out and that I'd probably put on like a playlist. But there's like not a whole lot of songs that I would just like throw on a playlist from. I mean, I've only heard, like a third of it, but
Also, yeah,
I mean, I've only heard one out of the 8 songs I've heard. Like I've heard like 1, maybe 2 that I would actually put on a playlist. So I think it could be more of a background album. And it's super long. It's like 26 songs. That's ridiculously long for an album.
Yeah, Kanye went from dropping 3 albums that were like 20 minutes long each to dropping like his longest album ever. If this is in its final form, like the album is, this is one thing that was worth mentioning is while we're talking, the album has been changing the amount of songs on it. Like in the span of since we were like getting ready to record and everything, that album has gone from 26 songs down to 20 songs at one point. So it went from like hour 46 minutes down to like an hour and 22 minutes, and then went all the way back up. Now it's 27 songs and it's an hour and 49 minutes. So I mean, he did this with The Life of Pablo, where he kept changing and adding songs. Like, and the final version of Life of Pablo is a lot better than the version that came out. But I don't know. What do you guys think of the whole like practice of like changing and updating an album like after it's been put out into the wild?
It's
not
like
a
a game
fan.
update.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, dude. I think it's stupid. Like, it's cool that artists have the ability to do that, but I don't know. Like, maybe I'd like the original version of the song better than the updated version. Like Swervin' by A Boogie with the Hoodie. I think it changed, and I didn't like the updated version as much as the original version of the song.
Yeah,
I think it's stupid.
I remember on Life of Pablo, I liked the original version of Wolves more than the version of Wolves that we ended up getting. But yeah, but still, I'm interested to see what the final form of this album is. Parker, what are your thoughts coming into it?
Yeah, I honestly am not too like upset if a creator decides they want to change the album, because at the end of the day, it's their album. So whatever their vision for it is, I'm okay with whatever they want it to be. So it's kind of like a video game update, or like, just retooling it and making it their own vision.
Yeah,
I
so
I
think
feel
like,
like
I
you
don't-
shouldn't release it until you're like ready to release it at the same time.
Can you guys see my? Okay, obviously this podcasting is a visual medium, but on my screen, if you go on the Kanye West page on Apple Music, there are literally two Dondas like in the album section, and one is, let me see, one is 26 songs and one is 23 songs.
What?
Let me look at Spotify.
Is it like Donda and Donda Deluxe?
No, it's just
Donda
two.
Deluxe.
It's literally just two Dondas, and there's no
Can someone-
delineation.
Well, can someone tell me why the album cover is just nothing?
I think that's the point.
Well,
That's so dumb.
The album that it's even more dumb because he sent what the album cover was gonna be. Like the album has had an album cover for like a minute, and then it's just so weird, man. Like, what is
He's
going
such
on?
a weird
Dude,
guy.
I see two Dondas, but one's 27 songs and one's 26.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's supposed to be that weird red looking thing, and now it just shows black.
Spotify has one version of Donda, and it's 27 minutes long, or 27 songs, 1 hour 48 minutes.
What the hell? This is so
And
weird.
one of the songs is Jail Part 2 is grayed out, like you can't play it.
There's a Jail Part 2 now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
we
not
don't.
available to
We
play.
don't even have Jail Part 2.
It says not available in your country.
Wait,
Uh,
no, but I have Jail Part 2. I'm playing it right now.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Kanye,
what?
fix your album.
My Apple
Yeah.
Music doesn't even have Jail Part 2. And then my Spotify has it, but it's grayed out.
Everybody's albums are different. This is weird.
I mean, I don't have
yeah,
a problem
I have
with like
26 songs.
I don't have a problem with people updating their albums just because like in this day and age, since it's like on streaming and they can do that, like there's enough people on YouTube that'll like download the original version and re-upload it. It just makes it extremely inconvenient to listen to.
Yeah, because your opinion on the album might be invalid in terms of like what the album is now. You could have
Yeah.
listened to the album and been like, mid, but then the updates make it, I don't know, fantastic for you or something. But anyways,
God
I guess
tier.
Andrew, is this, kind of going off to Kanye's social media side? Does this album give you Joker vibes?
I mean, he keeps going
Is
on
it-
there and he's acting like Drake is like this high school bully who just keeps like decimating him in front of like the entire
Even though he's
school
older than Drake
audience.
by like 12 years. Like, what? Isn't Kanye 46?
Yeah, he's like almost
There's
my
a pretty
parents'
big age
age,
gap.
dude. Like he could be my
Yeah.
dad.
Yes, that's one thing I've noticed from his Twitter rants and stuff. Like he has a weird obsession with Drake. Like, like Drake will just set him off. And now
I think that is his like Joker. He's like fucking the Joker and Drake's like Batman. They're just like they can't exist without the other.
I wouldn't compare Drake to Batman necessarily.
Yeah,
but-
that's
Well-
very
well-
high praise for Drake.
Well, did you see the Sports Center? Like, okay, that was another Joker ass thing, but this was from Drake. Like the hostage situation album announcement on Sports Center.
What? No.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
So on
No.
on in the middle of Sports Center, like it just cut out and it just showed this like hostage like holding up a sign that says like CLB September 3rd. Like it looked like something out of like The Dark Knight when the Joker was like interrogating someone and does it like video scenes. You remember that you had sent to the news?
Yeah, dude.
I was like, what the hell? Like
That's bonkers.
dude, this is
Here,
what yeah, go
wait.
on, Andrew.
Here, this is the fucking. Oh god damn it! Fucking ads. This is not an ad. We are not sponsoring New Balance. Fuck this. I was gonna show the video.
Well, this is why I think rap is so interesting because you get this stupid shit. Like people
Yeah.
like,
Like there were rock artists that like had
Here,
beef
this
with
is
each other,
the-
but not like this.
What am I looking
Because
at right now?
podcast is a visual medium.
we're just watching, they're just showing him the video of it's a man who's tied up against his own will, revealing
yeah,
the
like bro,
release
I
date.
thought they like kidnapped Stephen A. Smith and took him hostage or some shit, and it's just fucking Drake
CL
announcing his album.
CLB, the certified, like the darkest way I could have seen an album called Certified Lover Boy being announced to some man in a hostage situation. But who knows? Maybe next week will be not just a Donda review, but a Donda versus CLB review. So who
Certified
knows?
Lover Donda.
Are we starting the Drake versus Kanye war? Is that where
I
we're
mean,
going?
it's been going on. This
Well,
is
yeah,
the-
dude. Kanye
the
feels
beef.
like Drake's bullying him. Like Drake's got a
Dude,
heart
dude,
shaved in this fucking head, bro.
Drake must have fucked Kim, dude.
Like, must have.
Like Kanye is fucking wilding out. But anyways, that's enough for Donda. We'll definitely have more to talk about it in a week, confirmed at this point because it's out. But from there, kind of going on to another potential, because we just talked about Drake and Kanye. Now the third man coming up, new Kendrick album. He did say he's dropping an album, and then he put out a song that it's not his song, but it's his nephew's song, who's
It's
the artist's
amazing,
name.
brother.
Its name is so it's Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. They dropped a song called Family Ties. So I guess if you heard the song, share your opinions on the song, and also like what are you expecting from a Kendrick album, you know, coming after Damn and I guess the Black Panther soundtrack. Like what do you want from Kendrick at this point? I thought the song was pretty mid, but I thought Kendrick's verse was definitely the best part on it, and it was hilarious because he pulled out the Hulk Hogan flow. And then in terms of like what I want from the album, just to make something hard hitting like Damn, but also I don't know, maybe I don't even know, like obviously make it hard hitting, like stake your claim, like if you want people to think you're number one, make an album around the same time as Kanye and Drake that's better than their albums. You know, this is like a really good test to see where everyone's at essentially. Because J. Cole put his album out and it was kind of mid. But what about you, Andrew? What are your thoughts? Because I know you and me are more probably into Kendrick than Andrew and John.
I mean, I just want anything from Kendrick, really. It's been like radio silence basically until that song he was on Friday came out. Like, I mean, shit, Damn came out like 4.5 years ago almost, which is insane now.
Yeah, it came out when we were freshmen in college.
I know, yeah. It's like it came out during like spring break of like our freshman year of college, and now we're like 2 years like removed from college, which is crazy.
What do you think
But-
of the song?
I thought the song was okay. I only listened to Kendrick's part. I wasn't really vibing with the other dude.
Baby Keem.
No. Sorry, Baby Keem.
What about the other side of the fence? The Kendrick detractors.
Not a detractor.
Or, yeah,
but I didn't listen to the track.
The Kendrick cappers.
I didn't listen to the track. I'm not that hyped about
Cappers.
Kendrick. For me with Kendrick, it's just as simple and as dumb as this sounds. It's as simple as the fact that I don't like the sound of his voice. I just don't like the sound of his voice.
You don't like Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
Kendrick?
I'm
don't
just
like
Tell me, I
what
feel
are your
like that's a
thoughts on-
valid reason not to listen to someone very much. Is you don't like the sound of their voice. I mean, it's
Well,
music.
what do you think of Hulk Hogan, Kendrick?
I like Hulk Hogan Kendrick. I didn't know he could get his voice that low because he always sounds like Kermit the Frog. But
So not hyped for a Kendrick album.
not really, not personally. I'll listen to it, but I'm not super hyped for it. I hope he has more bangers on it, rather than some poetic, like literally no backtrack. He's just talking. Like, I don't need any of that Kendrick, but
Damn had bangers, bro. What are you talking about?
Damn did have a few bangers, but I just don't like the sound of his voice. He's
What a
okay.
shame.
I don't
What a
know.
shame.
Bad take over here, but
What about you, Parker?
Freezing cold takes.
So I don't know why Arsenal called me a Kendrick detractor.
What do
I
you
don't know
mean?
what that's all about, but
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe I'm capping.
protractor.
but I
Okay.
actually did not know this song came out, so I'll check it out after the pod. But I'm
Yeah,
really
he's Hulk Hogan on it.
Jesus Christ, but
Amazing, brother.
I'm excited for this new album because dude, I will go hard to those Kendrick bangers, dude. Just like throughout the years, Collard Greens, like I'll hope there are a
I
bunch
think
of
that's a
songs on
Schoolboy
Damn that I
Q
Yeah,
can't
that's a
think of
Schoolboy
right
Q
now.
song, buddy.
Has Kendrick in it.
Expose,
Has Kendrick
he's a
in it.
detractor.
Big Kendrick Lamar guy.
Yeah, I can't even think of his fucking songs right now because it's been so long since he came out with anything. But
Yeah.
Amazing, brother. Pop off only on occasion, brother.
That's like
Wait,
the
can we
funniest
get-
fucking shit
Can we
ever.
get copy striked for that? Is that
Copy-
a thing?
Copyright strike.
Yeah.
Well, we played like 4 seconds, so we should be good.
Okay.
All right,
don't
but-
We're not
don't
even
kill us,
we're-
YouTube.
All right. Well, Parker with Exposed, not being a Kendrick fan, and then John with the freezing cold takes. So that's where we're at with Kendrick, I guess. But so yeah, there's I guess Kendrick, Kanye, Drake, or Kanye dropped, Drake's coming, Kendrick's coming, Weekend's coming. So a lot of
The
lot of
weekend
music.
is here. The weekend is coming.
The weekend is almost over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Man.
it's the weekend.
The week.
Oh,
Lady-
brother, this guy stinks.
But yeah, I guess moving on from that, just a little detour before we get into news, a little, I guess, rant or funny little thing to talk about. But have you guys seen the milk crate challenge?
Yes, I have.
A little bit of it.
Unfortunately.
Yes, I have never brought more joy in seeing grown people get injured until the milk crate challenge, because it's like injury videos are disgusting, but like when they fall, and because the milk crates make it infinitely more funny because they always fall on the milk crates and they like bounce off like a ragdoll in GTA. And it's like the funniest shit ever, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" It's like, dude, what? Do you
Like they
fucking
didn't know
think
it was gonna
happen? You're
happen.
standing on top
Yeah.
of 5 crates. Like milk crates are like this wide, dude. Like they wobble. Like you put one on the ground and it's wobbling. Like putting 5 on top of each other, you're like riding a snake.
Dude, it's funny seeing these people like wobble around and just if you look at their feet, they're going back and forth in a way that you can't stand upright. So I don't.
Dude, they're
why
like
would you
doing
try
that
this?
fucking,
They're just, like,
they're doing like
shaking.
that Fortnite dance on top because their legs are fucking shaking like this. all the time.
Dude, why would you try that? It's
It's
just
so
shocking.
stupid. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of it, but the ones that I have seen are stupid. Stupid.
funny
I'm like,
because-
how do you not know what's gonna happen?
Most
You're on
like-
top of like 10 of them.
Anything that has a challenge on the internet nowadays is usually cancerous.
Bro, watch this dude. He's just about to get absolutely wrecked because this is a visual medium. Like, dude, like, oh.
You idiot. Oh my god.
Well,
That's actually great. That one.
it's
He's
funny
like
because
He's doing like a helicopter. He's like spinning around while he's falling to the ground.
it's funny
It's
because
pretty
the first
funny
one I
to see.
saw, the first one I saw was a guy doing it perfectly. So I was like, oh, that's like a cool video, I guess. And then that was the first one I saw, and then everyone after that was people just eating shit. Like, and it looks like not gonna lie, some of those fails look painful as hell. Like I was kind of cringing watching some of that stuff, dude. People were like, dude, people got like I think
landing on
TikTok-
their head.
Yeah, I think TikTok banned the video because like I was that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, was like I think they banned it because that banned the
This is
hashtag
literally 1984, bro. What the hell?
because people are literally like getting hospitalized doing this challenge. Like
Yeah,
which-
like every other internet challenge.
And that's why it's
besides
funny.
ALS.
That's why it's funny, dude. Because
Ice
people
bucket.
people look at like a milk crate tower that's like 6 feet off the ground, and they're like, yeah, this will go perfectly. This will go swimmingly.
Yeah, no problems.
Yeah,
No way.
no
Would you have done
shot.
the
No
milk
way.
crate
No,
challenge?
no shot.
No,
I've
I
seen
would
other
not
people
do
on the
milk crate
internet-
challenge because
I've
I've seen how United States private health insurance exploits you, and I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I've been seeing other people on the internet eat shit off these milk crates, so I'm gonna try it too and injure myself. Like I
That's
just
like
don't
this,
get what's the logic?
Do you guys remember the cinnamon challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I keep thinking back
That
to.
was literally the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
like
do you
like
remember the,
way back in the day, the gallon milk challenge, like
Yeah.
drinking it and then dropping
that one
it,
you can
like-
that one you can actually like get seriously fucked up over, like because you're not supposed to be taking that much liquid, I think, in an hour or however long that
yeah,
challenge.
of any liquid.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can overdose on water, like, and I think it's like
Hydrolysis or
if
something.
if you drink more than a gallon
Osmosis
an hour,
Jones.
yeah, then you literally can die from overdosing on water, and these people are just chugging a gallon of milk. Which, first of all, that's
Well,
disgusting.
It'll induce
Because-
That was like when
puking, right
YouTube
away.
first became a thing. Like, oh
Yeah, I mean, you would puke
04.
right away, but I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, come on, man. Like
Also-
internet challenges just keep evolving into like more like injury-ridden shit. Like first you had like that gallon milk challenge, then you have the cinnamon challenge where you're just like breathing in cinnamon dust all day, and now we're just like taking spills from 6 feet off the ground.
See, it's pretty
Yeah.
funny to see one time, but when it's like a 5, 6, 7 time thing where you see it, it starts to lose its charm.
No, it doesn't lose its charm because okay, the thing about the milk crate challenge is like okay, like the gallon milk challenge. Okay, you like drink it and you throw up. Okay, that's disgusting. That gets old. But dude, I have not gotten tired of seeing all the creative fucking ways that people flail and fall when they're like falling from large distances, and it's fucking hilarious. Like I watch his videos wanting to see just how injured somebody can get from walking on milk crates. Like I want to see like maximum
Yeah.
injury.
There's just something beautiful about watching people fall into despair.
Like
Yeah,
And the
America's
funniest
Funniest Home
part, the
Videos.
funniest part is like the video I showed on like just now. Like he made it across the hardest one. Like he made it past the top one, and he was like walking down and just like completely spilled.
The best ones are actually the ones where it starts falling apart like while they're at the top and they're like sprinting down it like in an action movie scene.
Yeah.
And then it's like just disintegrating while they're running down it. But
Oh my
honestly,
God.
if you're gonna do that stupid milk crate challenge, make sure you're like have things set up so the person that falls over doesn't die.
Yeah. I would not
break their
advise
neck.
doing it, but also if you do it, please show us. I want to see.
Yeah. Tag
Yeah.
us on Twitter.
But
Also-
don't do it. Don't do it.
Instagram.
But if you do show
Don't
us,
do
but
it. But if you
don't do it though.
yeah,
We're
don't.
not
The world-
endorsing that shit.
The world revolves
Don't do
around
it.
the world revolves around because Tenet is trending for some reason. And I
No
saw
way.
our tweet is in the like if you look up the like click on the Tenet trending, like our tweet about our episode is in that trending thing.
Wait, Tenet's trending?
Bro,
Yeah, like I
I
was just
need to
scrolling.
see this.
That's
I was just scrolling
wonderful.
down and I just saw it. Like I saw her tweet, and
I
was like,
don't see it.
it was trending.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Chief. It's not here.
It ain't here.
Oh, maybe it's only trending for me for some reason. It might be one of those situations. It's just as trending in the United States.
Go
But-
Gators.
Dang, that's crazy though. Big moment.
I am not seeing.
I see
I just had a-
Triscuits. I don't see Tenant.
I just had a-
Triscuits. Do you see
Same
race
thing.
car? Any other palindrome that's trending?
It's just Palindrome Day, National Palindrome Day.
Yeah.
But all right, so now we've gotten all that stuff out of the way, so we can kind of switch gears and talk about these next two topics, which I guess contain a lot. So yeah, let's get into some Gamescom talk. All right, so this past week we also had another kind of, I guess probably the second biggest gaming convention was, and that was Gamescom. Now, not too much came out of it, but there's some things that would be worth talking about, I would say. So they actually announced a new Saints Row, which I think is a pretty interesting announcement because, you know, that was always viewed as the Grand Theft Auto competitor. But like, what's your guys' history with Saints Row? And I guess, are you excited to maybe check one out since we know we're not going to be getting a Grand Theft Auto anytime soon? This thing's supposed to be coming out early 2022. So this is like right around the corner. I thought Saints Row, I've only played Saints Row 3. And it was pretty fun, but it was like absolutely absurd. Like way more than Grand Theft Auto absurd. Like you can like fly like flying cars, and you know you can just run around and beat people with dildos, and but like it was crazy. And then I never played 4, but I heard Saints Row 4 like you're literally just a superhero. Like it wasn't even a gangster game anymore, like a GTA type game anymore. It looks like this one they're trying to make it like more grounded, like a little more GTA-esque. So I guess what's your guys' thoughts on this, and what's your history with Saints Row?
I like Saints Row a lot, actually. I played Saints Row 2 way back in the day on Xbox 360 with like Jake Menard. When we used to hang out, we would literally play that for hours and hours and get so much joy just out of seeing like what you could do with the characters. Like you could just make them scream and shit randomly, like ah, and then like have a train hit you or something and you go flying. Like it's simple things like that I really get enjoyment in out of a game like that. So the more goofy shit, the better, in my opinion. So honestly, I might even enjoy it more than GTA. I'm definitely gonna be picking this up if you know
Reviews are
it doesn't
good.
get like as long as it doesn't get terrible reviews, I think I'll pick it up.
I hope there's online multiplayer, like, because that'd be pretty fun. But you never know.
There,
like,
I think there is. There usually is.
It's like why haven't any of these other GTA like copycats just made like a big open world
Sleeping
where you can run
Dogs?
around? Yeah, the Sleeping Dogs doesn't even exist anymore. Like, but like just have an online component that you can just run around with your friends in, and like that's the reason GTA Online is so popular.
Every open world game, in my opinion, should have that. Like imagine if Spiderman had a multiplayer element in some way,
like co-op or something. Yeah,
that would be insane.
What about you, Parker?
So I've heard really good things about Saints Row in the past, how you could like use dildos as weapons and like just crazy shit. If it were cross-plat, I would definitely, and had like full online multiplayer, of course, I would consider getting it. But I mean, I actually still enjoy and play GTA 5 a lot. I don't feel like I would need to spend money on another kind of like open world game like that, because I still have fun with GTA 5, honestly.
Yeah. What about you, Andrew?
I have never played a Saints Row game. So I would be interested if it gets good reviews, and maybe if you guys get it, then we'll have another game to play, but we'll see.
Are you interested because could this fix your new GTA itch, Andy?
Unless whatever fucking company makes Saints Row like picked up their like quality. I feel like GTA is just like, we're so
Another quality
spoiled by
level.
how good Rockstar does GTA that like anything that's a competitor just like is like second tier.
Yeah, like B tier level.
Yeah. but
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it could. I just want I want a new open world game, but I want one that's like at
Modern.
the GTA standard.
Yeah, and no one no one is at the GTA
No one's gonna
standard.
touch that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess so that's the first thing. And then speaking of, I guess, spring 2022, I was going to say 2020, what the hell? Spring 2022, we finally got a release date for Horizon Forbidden West. So that's going to be coming out in February. So spring is really shaping up to be a banger time with this and Saints Row and Elden Ring and Pokemon Legends. Spring is going to be packed.
Bring on the lockdown.
Bring on the lockdown. But
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think
Kidding. Get that out of existence. We're not. No.
I think I think me, Andrew, and John are all on the same page with the first Horizon, where maybe we enjoyed it, but we don't think it's maybe to the same level of some of the other PlayStation catalog. But I guess now we know the release date. I guess thoughts on it, maybe now that it's confirmed not coming out in the fall. Opinions on that. I think it's fine at the end of the day because I mean, COVID first and foremost, but February 2022, that's all. I think they're releasing it at the 5-year mark of the original game, which is crazy because Breath of the Wild came out like right around the same time. We're not getting Breath of the Wild 2 right now, so that's a little shame. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on the release date? And are you upset it's not coming out this year?
I don't care. I mean, honestly, I'd rather have a game get delayed and know that it's going to be that much better than them try and rush something like Cyberpunk and like CD Projekt Red. That strategy, I think that's terrible. But I mean, I'm not hyped enough to like be mad about it either because I played the first game. I mean, I think I played like 12 hours or so of it, and for me, the combat and the open world was really cool and the enemies were really cool, but like besides that, there wasn't a whole lot of like story reasons that kept me wanting to go back to the game.
Same.
So and I feel like to really be able to customize your Alloy or whatever her name was, in order for you to really get what you want, you have to kind of go through the story, and the story is just, to me, so lame that I stopped playing after 12 hours. But if it gets good reviews and it's got a really good story, I think I'll probably pick this one up just because I want to see something that looks like take your breath away gorgeous on my PS5.
Yeah,
like I want to see that game that just looks insane. Yeah 60 frames per second dinosaurs.
Yeah, what about you, Andrew? Because I know you're also, I think we're all kind of in the same boat. I beat Horizon, but it's also, it's probably one of my lesser favorite PS4 exclusives because I feel like, the story is just kind of, it's so weird because the world is super cool. The lore is super cool. Like these robot animals running around and like people are back in the Stone Age, but then the story they chose to tell in that world, I don't know if either it was the story that didn't click with me or like it was like how they told it that didn't click with me. But what about you, Andrew?
Unless it's like God tier, I'm not gonna pick it up. I honestly don't. I did not like the PS4 version. I only got through like 5 hours before I just had to like throw in the towel. It was I actually spent more time trying to deal with CD keys to get the product code that worked than I actually played the fucking game. So I'm just not a huge fan. Like, I mean, I played Breath of the Wild before, so it was like, this is just like not as good. And I was just like, okay, well, I see the similarities, but Breath of the Wild does this better. And I maybe it's because I'm spoiled by like Naughty Dog and stuff, but like I thought the cutscenes and like the animations of like the characters' faces and stuff was like extremely cringeworthy.
Yes.
I was like, Jesus, like this looks like PS2. Like these facial expressions are awful, which I don't want to like dog the developer for it, but I'm like, I think it's because I'm spoiled by like Naughty Dog and stuff, but like I was like, I can't even play this. Like the cutscenes are just so jarring. I skipped through all of them. like I did not like Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it probably could have been on my overrated list, but
Oh,
I'm just not a huge fan. So I have like maybe like a 3% chance I would pick this game up. Like it's got to be
3%
like
chance.
it's got to be like game of the year level for me to even like consider it, just because I didn't like the first one.
Yeah, and I think it coming out in February, maybe summer for God of War. I
nah, 2023 for God of War.
I
If
think it's
anything,
gonna come out next
holiday
year.
2022.
Yeah, I think God of War is definitely come out. The original release date was this year, which I mean I knew it was never going to come out this year, but I have hopes for God of War coming out next year. But speaking of, I guess, games coming out, I guess kind of the big game that's been in the headlines has been Halo Infinite. I guess so first of all, there's kind of been two things that come out of it. One, they said the game is going to come out and it's not going to have co-op. And then they also said the game is not going to have Forge, which is just like this level creation thing that's really popular with Halo. And then they finally announced the release date, which is December 8th. So I guess I wanted to talk to you guys about what do you think, like, what are your thoughts on games kind of shipping incomplete? Kind of going off the Kanye thing almost, but maybe a different medium here. And then what are your thoughts on that release date of December 8th? And what are our thoughts, I guess, as a collective of Halo Infinite, the first big Series X exclusive coming a year later? What are our thoughts with this news and the release date? Because it's making things very questionable. And trust me, I want Halo Infinite to be banging, but this release date very sussy, and them not adding co-op and Forge, like Halo campaign co-op is like iconic, and not having that when the game comes out is like insane. But John, what about you? What are your thoughts on this?
I have some fond memories with Halo. I think we all have some fond memories with Halo, even though none of us were, well, Parker maybe, but the rest of us were not primary Xbox owners or players. But I'd love for the new Halo to be good. I don't really expect a whole lot from it because of all of the development hell that it seems to be going through. And especially the fact that, dude, we talk about this all the time, and my stance has not changed. Do not release unfinished games. I'm not interested in an unfinished game and waiting 2 years for it to be actually good. I just think that's fucking stupid. And it's becoming way, way, way too common. So I don't really have the highest hopes for it at first, but I know that it's going to be a great game. But hey, by the time that it is a great game, it's going to be probably a 78 on Metacritic. But maybe in 2 years after it comes out, it could have been a 90 something. But yeah. I don't have very. What are your thoughts on the
December? What are your thoughts on the December 8 release date?
Crazy. They're literally just trying to get it out right before the holiday to get some sales. But I mean, isn't it going to be on Game Pass anyway?
Yeah.
No one that has an Xbox is going to be purchasing this game
when you can play
unless
for
you're
$5.
A crazy Halo fan and you want some special edition Master Chief collectible figurine. You're not going to buy this game.
Yeah, I'm going to play for $5. I'm going to play for $5 on Game Pass.
Just wait until it's finished and then release it. And then honestly, I'm all for, updates, adding stuff in the long run. Games are going to be doing that forever, but they don't even have a co-op story yet. That's just, and that's a staple for Halo.
Yeah. Did anybody learn from Cyberpunk?
No,
did anybody
seems like no one did.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
It's obvious COVID screwed the gaming industry and every other industry, but honestly, I'll take a delay so that the game's better any day.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? What about you, Parker?
Yeah, so honestly, the only Halo game I've really played in my life is Halo 3. Played through the campaign of that, but I mean, I really don't play the multiplayer Halo ever. If the game's not finished at release, I really don't care about the Halo Infinite. It's not really a game I want to play. But if it turns out to have good reviews and turns out to be this groundbreaking thing, then I'd be down, But it really has to like actually be finished and not have a bunch of glitches and bugs in the first place for me to even want to play it. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand. What about you, Andrew?
I feel like releasing a game before it's done and has all the features is a very like indie / like third party thing to do, not something you do with your fucking like cornerstone franchise, like the only cornerstone franchise of your fucking brand. I mean, I feel like you wait till the game's all the way done so like it doesn't get like review bombed or like gets dog shit reviews. I mean, it's like I just don't get it. It's like just delay it, delay the game. You delayed it a like fucking year already, so just like keep going. Like don't keep delaying it and then shit yourself and not release it finished. Like I get that the 2 parts that aren't finished aren't going to be like huge probably, but it's still like in practice, like this is your like cornerstone franchise of Xbox. Like you say Xbox, people might think of Gears of War, but they're gonna think of Halo. Like those 2 terms are synonymous, and the fact that you just like absolutely crap your shorts on this game, and like you're not gonna have it finished when it comes out. It's just like you're trying to rush it to get those holiday sales, even though it's on fucking Game Pass, and it doesn't matter when it comes out because nobody's gonna buy it anyways. They're just gonna play it on Game Pass.
And this is kind of going off what Parker said, little reminiscence of Cyberpunk. Like this game was supposed to be a launch title for the Series X. What was the state of this game 1 year ago?
If they're still willing, the game 1 year ago,
they're
bro,
still
like
willing to release it unfinished. They're still willing to release it unfinished, so it must have been massively terrible when the Xbox came out.
Like the game is going to launch a year past its original release date and still launch feature incomplete compared to other Halo. Like what is going on? Like dude, that and they're in a rock and a hard place because if they delay it again, like it's the same thing as Cyberpunk. It's like they delay it again and they're gonna get clowned. They're gonna release it and they're gonna get clowned because like this is literally, I feel like this feels exactly like Cyberpunk. Like this feels, and now we have the foresight.
But I think like
we have the hindsight of a Cyberpunk now.
Yeah, and the funnier thing about this one is the reason it got delayed is because the internet bullied them so hard from their initial reveal that they decided to just rework the whole fucking game. That's the funniest part is that we made this happen. It's hilarious.
Yeah. and like it's even worse too, because literally a month or 2 ago or before the pod, we went on our break. Like we were talking pretty positively about the game. The game looked like it was in good shape. Like we were giving it Microsoft in general high praise, and now it looks like back to throwing Microsoft. Yeah, back to throwing Microsoft in the shit. But especially Halo. Halo got its little 15 minutes of fame at E3, and now all this bad news is coming out again, which
the winner of Gamescom.
Yeah, is Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
And yeah, like they haven't shown anything of the campaign since they got memed on. Like like a year ago, so
it's just like following in the same pattern. It's like E3 awards, Gamescom awards. Like this is the most anticipated Xbox game. This is the best Xbox game of 2021. It's just like it's literally coming out the same like 2 days before the 1 year anniversary of Cyberpunk. It's literally going to be fucking Cyberpunk Part 2. Dude, in like more ways than just the game being unfinished and probably buggy as shit when it comes out.
And you want to know what's funny? Like, so now PlayStation only has one big game coming out this fall, and that's Deathloop. And it's funny because Microsoft is probably about to hand Sony a W because they're about to hand
Sony like a potential like game of the year contender, and it's not even going to be out on Xbox.
Yeah, they're giving Sony a shooter that's probably going to be better than their flagship shooter. Like, what a time to be alive.
What
They
a
need
time
to
to have
just
a
do
PS5.
like what we talked about when we were in person on Friday. Like, just give it up. Like, just put Game Pass on everything. Just be a software. Like, you can create games. You can just go the Sega
They haven't
route
made a
and make
hardware
games
profit.
and make a service and put it on all the consoles because people will buy it. Like, people will use it. I would use Game Pass on the PS5.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Especially when PS Now is $60 a year and it sucks.
PS Now is
like there's nothing on it.
Yeah, PS Now is garbage. But anyways, I wish nothing but the best for Halo Infinite, but but we'll keep a close eye on that one, Chief. We'll see how that one turns out.
Oh, we won't have to
absolutely.
because we'll know immediately how bad it is or good
Yeah.
it is.
And and you know what? The entry fee is like $5 with Game Pass. I will probably play it, and the multiplayer is free. So
If anything, I'll play it on my phone if I don't have a Series X by then. Get a monthly Game Pass.
You can play it on your Xbox One for $5.
Oh, there we go. Easy enough.
My original plan was, John, I know you and me had an Xbox, and I was like, damn, maybe me and John can like play through Halo together. Nope.
Yeah. Nope. You can't do it.
Yeah. So that worked out great.
Yep.
And then this next one, I thought maybe I'd pass it to you guys. Maybe you, Andrew. We finally the new Lego Star Wars game is about to finally come out. Do you want to talk about that? I know you've been pretty hyped about it.
I really don't care about it anymore. Like,
You lost the hype.
I did because, dude, this shit was
Nice.
supposed to come out in 2020. It's not even. It still doesn't have a fucking release
It's
date.
supposed to
Talk about development hell, dude.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to come out. It's supposed to come out right after Rise of Skywalker too. I remember.
Yeah, because there's Lego sets that have, you can play this Lego set in Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and people are like, "What the fuck is that?" Like where? Like this game got announced at E3 2019. I remember. Like, this game is in development hell.
How does a Lego game go through development hell?
Have you seen the new Lego games? They like, okay,
They
so
look incredible, honestly.
They do look good, but they don't have the same charm. Like, they are very cutscene and like voice acting driven now, which like the funny part about the Lego games was there was no voice acting, so it was all like they were just like had what was going on silently, and that's what was funny.
They were like,
now they just take it too seriously. And
yeah,
I mean, so I picked up the Force Awakens Lego Star Wars game for like $2 when it was on sale on PS4, and I played through like just like a little bit of it, and I was like, I lost the hype immediately. It's like, I do not like the new Lego Star Wars games. I don't like the new mechanics, and I really don't like the cutscenes and voice acting because it takes away from like the charm of Lego games in the first place. Like,
so is it the original voice actors voicing it? Like,
I don't even think so. I don't think so.
They
I don't know,
just take
though.
sound clips from the movies.
I don't know. Honestly, it was a huge letdown. Like, I'm glad I ended up picking up the Force Awakens for like $2, and like, so I knew that I am not interested in this anymore. It's like, I don't know, like the charm of it, I thought, was the Lego acting, because they had to like do a whole movie without words, and that was hilarious. And,
like the way they conveyed stuff sometimes.
Yeah, like that's the comedy that's the charm of the games, is conveying an entire like, you know, multimedia empire without fucking words. That's like what made it exciting and funny and stuff. And it's just like, it kind of lost the charm. Like, there's fucking first person shooter like levels in The Force Awakens. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What?
Like, there's like parts in The Force Awakens. Well, it's not really first person, but it's like over the shoulder shooting. I'm like, dude, this isn't fun. Like, this isn't Lego Star Wars. Like,
cringe com.
Yeah. Not looking forward to this game. I would put money on it that it gets delayed even farther, and then like just the farther it gets delayed, the more of a chance like it's never gonna fucking come out.
Vaporware.
It's gonna be like
Usually
Duke
put on
Nukem
it.
forever. That's what's gonna happen. This game is gonna come out for like 15 years, dude.
Duke Nukem forever.
Duke Nukem forever. Development
Is the
hell,
ultimate
like
meme.
game of all time.
I wish I played that like game when it came out, just to see how big of a meme it was.
If you ever watch Scott the Woz, anytime he does a development hell, he always has to talk about Duke Nukem Forever because, dude, it got announced in 1997 and didn't fucking come out until 2011. That is development hell.
That's crazy.
Nukem took forever. Jesus Christ.
Duke Nukem development forever.
John, what are your thoughts on the new? Are you hyped? Don't you play some of the ones that aren't Star Wars, right? Like you play like don't you play like Harry Potter and shit?
Yeah, I mean, we picked it up. Casey wanted the Lego Harry Potter game, so we picked it up. But I honestly haven't had fun with a Lego game since like Lego Batman on my Nintendo DS. So I mean, I'm excited for it because I know that the graphics are really good on the Lego games. I like the art style. I just don't. I mean, I'm not going to pick it up until it's $10 4 years after it comes out anyway. Yeah.
Speaking of Lego Batman, you mentioning that made me think of something. Have you seen that TikTok page where it's like has millions of views and it's just the Lego Batman characters just doing the walking animation and it's like playing plug walk to it?
I've seen that, but not with
people
Lego
have been
Batman.
doing that with Lego Star Wars. Like they take like the Gonk droid.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Plug walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
I don't even understand how to plug talk.
But I guess Parker, do you have any thoughts? I don't know if you're a big Lego Star Wars guy.
Yeah, I really do not care about Lego Star Wars, to be honest. I've played a little bit of it, like just around friends for fun. You know, from time to time, it's fun to watch like other people play it. But yeah, this is the kind of game, like John said, like when it's $10 or $5, maybe picked up like a few years down the road. Like,
yeah,
this is kind of irrelevant to me, to be
Oh,
honest.
I'm glad I spent like $3.99 plus tax on the Force Awakens because I would not have paid full price for that stinky pile.
Yeah, I'll watch somebody else play it or something.
Also, on the development hell, I looked up Duke Nukem Forever. That game got a fucking 50 on Metacritic. It took 15 years to make, and it got a fucking 50.
Cringe comp.
big cringe.
Did
it come out 2014?
2011. It was
It's a PS3 game.
Destructoid named it. Said the game was a disease and named it the shittiest game of 2011.
Oh my gosh. What was the best game of 2011? Little Big Planet 2?
Yeah.
Probably like Skyrim or Portal or Dark Souls.
Probably
like
Skyrim.
Little Big Planet 2 is better than all of those games.
Good one, buddy.
That's a
Little Big
conversation
Planet
for
2 is
another
good,
day.
but I don't think it's better than Skyrim.
The best game of all time. That's one of the best games of all time.
LBP2 is a banger, but
also
not all time.
2011
It's
was
an
kind
all-timer
of,
for me.
2011 was kind of packing heat. I ain't even gonna lie. Batman Arkham City, Skyrim,
Banger.
Portal 2,
Uncharted 3, I'm pretty sure.
Ocarina of Time 3D, Uncharted 3, Little Big Planet 2, Skyward Sword, Mass Effect 2, Gears of War 3, Forza Motorsport 4, Mario 3D Land.
Jeez Louise. That's insane.
Not in the 3DS.
That was probably the best
that
year in gaming in our lifetime.
I spent that year playing Black Ops 1, so.
Ooh, and then 2012.
I spent a lot of that year playing Black Ops 1.
Jesus, dude. What happened in 2012? Did the world not happen in 2012? That year.
Yeah, 2012 was a stinky year.
The top 5 games of fucking 2012. Walking Dead episode 5. Persona 4 Golden. Walking Dead, a Telltale game series for PS3. Mark of the Ninja and Super Hexagon.
What about
Super Hexagon?
What?
That's a
Super
mobile
Hexagon
game.
was the 5th biggest game.
Well, yo, that list is capped though. Where's Journey on that list, bro?
It's going by Metacritic scores. So, oh wait, no, yeah, Journey is
Super Hexagon.
No, okay. It's okay by Metacritic scores.
The game that Cody played on his mobile phone in school.
Journey was 6. Journey was probably my favorite game that year, and it's like 2 hours long.
Yeah, that's really sad. But 2011 was a banger ass year.
2013
Goated.
popped off.
2013 is goated.
Yeah,
GTA
2013
5,
is a
The
best.
Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Mario 3D World, Rayman Legends,
Wow.
Fez.
Fez.
I think
Wasn't
2013 is the goated year.
Damn,
Yeah,
I'm just
2013 was when
I'm
the
looking through
PS4
I'm
and
looking through
Xbox
these
One
lists,
came out.
just having a fucking like, and then 2014
Swan song
the-
year for Xbox.
20
360 and PS3.
Dude, the funniest thing about 2013 and 14 is they're the fucking same list. GTA
Dude,
5,
2014
The
was a
Last
shitty year.
of Us, Fez, and then 2014 GTA 5, The Last of Us Remastered, Fez.
The best games of the dude. 2014 was a stinky year too.
What was with
That
the
was the
even
year of the
years?
remasters.
The even years always kind of suck.
It's always the
2015 GTA 5 again.
On
'Cause it came out on
PC. that
yeah
year.
on PC.
Yeah.
What is it? The first year of a new console gen always stinky.
The Witcher
Stinky,
3 came out in
stinky.
2015 though. That's not bad. And Journey
Yeah.
on the PS4.
And Black
Journey's
Ops
up here
3.
again.
Black Ops 3.
Let's
2015 was
see.
a bang. The second year. So yeah, 2015 was a banger year because that was Witcher 3
2016.
Bloodborne.
Dude, all these remasters just hit the list after 2012. Like The Witcher 3 is the top of 2016. And
Was
then
Overwatch
Persona
2015 or
5
2016?
Did COVID reset the even number year stinky cycle? Maybe even number years are
could've.
going to be the best now. But
They could've. I would
2023,
like
I
that.
feel like it's going to be goated.
2017.
I
2017 was pretty deep. Actually, not many games came out in 2017.
If God of War 2 and Breath of the Wild 2 come out in 2022, then the even years are going to be the best years now.
There were only 13 games in 2017 that had higher than a 90.
The worst year the worst years this generation were 2019 and 2014.
Yeah,
For sure.
2018 was our Red Dead Redemption 2,
Was
God
good.
of War, Smash Ultimate, Forza Horizon 4, Bayonetta 2
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
in 2018.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
how it's referenced.
Did it not get over a 90 on Metacritic?
No, I think it has like a high 80.
Oh, yikes.
Yikes.
Tough look. Okay, well, okay, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do 2 more years since we already went through half the fucking decade. 2019, not good. Yikes, that's not a good release list. I'm not even going to read that one.
2019 was rough.
2020, Hades, Last of Us, Part 2, Dragon Quest 11,
Hades, bro.
Ori,
Sheesh.
Yakuza 0. Wow.
Ghost.
Nice.
Ghost.
Even number of years are going to be goated now.
War,
But Breath of the
Warzone.
Wild 2 is
Didn't
coming out
Warzone come out in
2023.
2020 or was that 2019?
Yeah, it was 2020.
2019. What? Nah, it was late 2019.
That was Modern
Warzone?
Warfare. Warzone came out 2020. It came out the first week of the pandemic. That's why I remember.
Oh.
It, like
Dude,
they
top-selling-
dropped like right with the
top selling games of 2020: Animal Crossing, Modern Warfare, FIFA, GTA 5, Cyberpunk, Among Us, and Fall Guys. Fall Guys was the 7th highest selling game. They sold 11 million copies, not counting PS Plus.
I'm actually
20
surprised Animal Crossing is at the top of that because it's such a stinky game.
Well, okay, dude. At the time, though, Animal
so
Crossing
stinky.
sold 30 million fucking copies.
Smelly Willy.
I did put
Stinky
40 hours into
winky.
it, but it's stinky anyway.
Damn, dude. Fall Guys sold 11 million copies on PC alone. That's a lot of fucking copies.
Good for Fall Guys. It's a great game.
Dude, go off, Fall Guys.
All right, we'll start
A little
we'll-
detour.
Yeah, a little detour, but maybe we'll have a top 5 for best video game release years. That could be a good one. But anyways, final topic, and probably the most hyped one, at least for a couple of us, maybe all of us, who knows? And that is finally the long-awaited Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out after so much.
Yes.
After so
love
much fucking
Spider-Man.
build up. There was a meme going around that or a rumor going around that we weren't even gonna get a trailer. We weren't even gonna which honestly would have been pretty ballsy, and I think Marvel could have gotten away with it, but yeah, the new trailer's out. We now have a good or maybe a good idea of what the plot is, unless the trailer's misleading us.
It is.
But
It
One
is.
hundred
which
percent.
which I think it is, but I mean, I think some of it maybe is a good general idea of like what's the story is, but who knows? But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? I guess I can recap what the trailer is about. Essentially, spoilers. The movie's been out for 2 years. Spoilers. But after the events of Far From Home, everyone knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So then he goes to Doctor Strange and it's like, "Yo, man, can I get a redo? Can I run that one back?"
Can I get some of that good, the time
Yeah.
stone shit?
Yeah,
Even though it's destroyed.
Shit. But he's like, "Yeah, let me run this one back, Chief, because I messed up." And pretty much, I guess Doctor Strange lets him do that, or lets that happen, and pretty much same time as all these other dimension warping things are happening, like in Loki. I guess he does this thing with Spider-Man. Maybe the stuff that happened in Loki caused this, but
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah. So, and pretty much Spider-Man villains from previous movies, the ones we have confirmed so far are Green Goblin, the Spider-Man 1,
Sandstorm
Sandman, you mean?
or Sandman?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, he's not confirmed, but like we have a pretty good idea.
Darude Sandstorm.
Sandstorm. But the three that are confirmed are Green Goblin from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1, Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is Andrew Garfield's film, and then Doc Ock from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. And then rumored,
Hello, Peter.
yes, rumored is which we also get some shots that maybe are hinting at it. There, Sandman is going to come back from Spider-Man 3. And then the Lizard from Amazing Spider-Man 1, and also Rhino. And they're going to have the Sinister Six, supposedly.
It's essentially going to be the Spider-Man game in a movie, but Marvel multiverse. Like, dude,
it's gonna be the Spider-Man movie game mixed with Into the Spider-Verse.
literally.
But yeah, what's the hype levels at? What are your thoughts on the trailer? And I think we're all Spider-Man fans at the very least. Spider-Man is probably my second favorite, sometimes favorite superhero between him and Batman. They're my two faves, and I'm super hyped because the Tobey Maguire films, dude, that was my childhood. The amount of times I watched specifically Spider-Man 1 and 2, like I don't even know. Spider-Man 3 doesn't even like that's like fan fiction in my head. That doesn't even exist. But
Yeah, I
like
haven't seen it all the way through.
You've never seen Spider-Man 3 all the way? It's just
No,
not good. Yeah.
I can't believe I haven't.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like atrocious, but it's bad. And the only good scene in it is the fucking, the classic, like him dancing on the street and pointing at people and acting like an emo shitlord.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am a huge fan of Tobey's films, specifically the first two. And I think Spider-Man 2, which is the one with Doc Ock, is like one of my favorites.
Best. Like one of the best superhero movies, I think.
Yeah. I was just about, like, it's like probably in my like top 5 favorite superhero films. It's really good in my opinion. And the fucking train battle is like goated in that film.
Doc Ock is just one of the best villains. He's so good.
Yeah, and like even in the game, he's a really good like kind of father figure / villain. Amazing Spider-Man, not as hot on. I think Andrew Garfield is a good like Spider-Man, but I don't think he was in good films.
Yeah,
I think the best part of those films was kind of the romance of him and like Gwen Stacy, like kind of that camaraderie, I guess, or back and forth they had. But besides that, I thought the movies were kind of cringe. But and then obviously we have the Tom Holland films, which I think are pretty good. I like Homecoming more than Far From Home, because it gives more of that high school film vibe that I like. So overall, I'm super hyped, and I'm very curious to see what this film is actually about. Because like I don't think Doctor Strange would just let Peter Parker do that. But I guess what are your guys' thoughts on the old Spider-Man films? I kind of want to see where everyone's at with that. Oh, also Into the Spider-Verse. arguably, potentially the best Spider-Man film, and also like a top 5 animated film of all time. So
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
just
when
gonna
we
put that
watched
out.
that the other night, oh my god, I
Yeah, we
forgot how
literally
good that
watched the
movie
whole
was.
thing.
Yeah, we watched the whole
film.
movie.
Um, but yeah, what are your guys' share your history with Spider-Man films and what you're feeling for this one? Andrew, you go off. And I guess Spider-Man in general, but
Yeah,
share
so
your-
I have honestly, until like, just because I didn't watch a whole lot of movies when I was younger, I've only seen bits and pieces of like the Tobey Maguire films. I haven't watched them all the way through.
Holy
But
shit.
I do like Spider-Man. He's definitely my favorite superhero and one of like the only ones that actually piqued my interest. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for this movie. I've seen the Tom Holland ones, so I mean, I'm excited for this one, but I probably need to brush up on the old films before I get too balls deep. But I mean, I love Spider-Man on PS4. I love Miles Morales on PS5. Like, I like the Spider-Man IP. I think it's dope. And like
And Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, one of my like top 5 like recent movies for sure. I don't know where it'd fall on like my all-time list, but I love watching that movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite animated films.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it probably is my favorite animated film, honestly. Yeah. Nostalgia aside for like Pixar movies, but I mean, I love the Spider-Man IP and everything around it.
Is this going to be?
Yeah, y'all forgetting about Toy Story? Favorite animated movie?
Yeah, that's why I said nostalgia aside.
Yeah, but is this going to be the thing that gets you into the MCU, Andrew?
I don't know. I mean, Phase 4 definitely piques my interest more than the rest of the ones because it's like more deep diving. It seems like.
Yeah, this and Shang-Chi. I'm actually super hyped for Shang-Chi now.
I like all like the Kang the Conqueror shit. I think that shit is fascinating.
Time travel, dude, just is super interesting.
Multiple timelines and shit. I think that shit's awesome.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of articles that think that Kang is not the next big bad, and I can see it.
But John, thoughts. Share us your Spider-Man history and your thoughts on this one.
I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man so much. Like, he is absolutely my favorite superhero, especially like going back to the PS2 games and shit. Like, Spider-Man games are always fire. The Spider-Man movies are always fire. I never saw the original Spider-Man 3, so I can't say much on that. But the other 2 Tobey Maguire films are so iconic. Like, the hands out holding a train or whatever, like, dude, classic. It's so good. I'm still not 100% convinced that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in the new movies. Definitely not convinced that the animated Miles Morales will be in it. I hope he is. But
you don't think the Spider-Mans are going to be in it, bro?
I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced. They're holding them off? I think it might just be, I think they're capping. I think it might actually just be Tom Holland, but like in their dressed like them. I don't think it'll be like actually Tobey Maguire or actually Andrew Garfield. I hope I'm wrong because I think that'd be dope, but I have no idea. I mean, they showed the Quicksilver from the X-Men movies in WandaVision, so
it wasn't even
I don't know. What?
It was just Ralph Boner.
Oh yeah, exactly. So that was kind of a scrotum tickler, but see, that's why I don't have the most high hopes. I don't know, but like I have high hopes for the movie because it's really the first that we're really seeing of the multiverse stuff. I mean, in the trailer there's trains, like 7 trains going in a circle, and then like the city looks like Inception, like the city's falling into like a vortex. Like, what? It just looks insane. The fact that the trailer got like 80 million more views than the Endgame trailer and how hyped that was, dude, I can't even imagine like what numbers this movie's gonna do. It might break all the records, and it's a Spider-Man film. That's insane. I'm hyped as shit. and I have very high hopes for this movie, and I think it's probably going to meet them.
Yeah.
And I also don't think that Peter Parker is going to cause all of the multiverse BS to happen. I think it's a culmination of a few events that happen to coincide at the same time.
You know what I think? I think it's like he was just going to do a spell, like Doctor Strange was going to do a spell or something, right? Not like open up different timelines and shit. And then like somewhere in his like spell, the Kang shit happened and it like just fucked everything up.
Think.
You know? And also that like city collapsing within itself and the train stuff happening. I think that's more of like Doctor Strange's powers than like multiverse shit, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
You might be right, actually.
Because I remember
I
remember the Doctor Strange film having like weird, crazy shit like that, like shit like shape shifting, like Inception and all this stuff. But no, what about you? I'm super hyped, and it's coming out in Christmas, so it's gonna be a Christmas film. Parker, what are your thoughts?
Spider-Man, the best Marvel franchise. I don't know, but
I mean, he's a Sony franchise technically.
Yeah,
but
honestly, I mean, Spider-Man is the most. I think it's without question that he's probably the most popular Marvel character.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's the best Marvel franchise. But I grew up watching the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. I went to each one of them in theaters actually when I was growing up. I fucking loved Spider-Man 2. That's like one of my not my favorite movies of all time, but like still just a nostalgic, always a great time, you know. The iconic scene of Tobey Maguire crying like a little bitch at the end of the movie is fucking hilarious.
For Spider-Man 3.
Was it Spider-Man 3? I don't even remember. But dude, I think Tom Holland has done a great job so far as Spider-Man. I think he fits the role like almost better than Tobey Maguire did. Or like
Stan Lee said that Tom Holland was the perfect Spider-Man or
perfect
Peter Parker.
Tom Holland makes Spider-Man feel more human, in my opinion. I feel like it feels like more relatable as you're watching it with him.
This is how like someone broke it down. I think it's a pretty good breakdown. I think Tom Holland is a good Spider-Man and a good Peter Parker. I think the people say Tobey Maguire is a good Peter Parker, and then Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man. But like the previous two didn't, like maybe lacked a little bit in one aspect. But go on, Parker.
Yeah, that you're right, Arcel. I feel like he kind of mixes all of those elements together to make it a lot better. So I have very high hopes. I don't see how they could fuck up the Spider-Man movie. Like they're gonna pour so much heart and soul into this.
They've made some bad Spider-Man movies.
There's no way, dude.
Yeah, it's just
it's the first film of a new MCU era. There's no way. There's just no way it's gonna suck.
They're gonna pour their heart and souls to make sure this
Knock
movie doesn't
on wood.
suck ass.
Knock on wood.
Knocking on wood over here, but
watch this be the first Marvel film with a rotten score, just because
I said that it's gonna.
It would only make sense. But I do agree, the Spider-Verse top 5 animated movie, like the art style is unbeatable. Like it feels like
quite share the hype. Disclaimer.
It feels like you're watching a comic book, honestly. That's how I felt.
I'm full of bad takes today.
Yeah, John is the bad take master.
Like
not hype for Kendrick because
I don't like Kendrick because his voice sounds like Kermit the Frog.
If you want a comic book experience in a movie, Spider-Verse is the place to go.
Yeah, Spider-Verse is fantastic.
So
amazing.
It's an 8.
It would take a lot for them to derail the Spider-Man franchise. That's all I'm gonna say, or at least for me. Like, there's just so many good movies and so many good like comics out there from the franchise in general that like even one bad movie doesn't fuck up the entire series.
Yeah. To me, like Spider-Man is like pizza. It's like even if you like you got a bad pizza, it's still, you know,
even if you order some Little Caesars,
yeah, you can still find some enjoyment in it. You know, Spider-Man
Caesars cardboard.
Like, yeah, like, you know, cheese and sauce, you can still find some enjoyment in that. But like Spider-Man 3 sucks. Spider-Man 3 is some doo-doo, but you know what? I can find some enjoyment in Spider-Man 3. like some of the black suit scenes are amazing. But yeah, like, but yeah, that's kind of one last question, I guess, worth asking. How would you rank the three Spider-Men, John? Worst to best?
I would say that the best is Tom Holland, followed by Toby, followed by Andrew.
Same.
And I think it's mostly because of the quality of the films.
I would agree with that as well.
Yeah, I have the same ranking. And pretty much like it's also like you guys said, the quality of the films, but also how they depict Spider-Man, like at the end of the day, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would almost argue that the Tobey Maguire films might be better than the modern Marvel ones, but like Tom Holland is so perfect as Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
It's just awesome to see him interact with like other, like it's so crazy because like when the Tobey Maguire films, like the idea of having all these superheroes in like one shared movie universe, like dude, that's like a dream come true. Like you would never have thought something like that would happen with like when Tobey Maguire was around, like with his Spider-Man films. And now it's like,
yeah, because the amount of money it costs to do that is insane, but they turn a profit on every one of their movies.
Yeah, but yeah, we're all hyped, and we'll 100% have a review for that film when it comes out. But I think that's it for this week's episode. Just a current events filled episode, a lot to talk about. But next week, we now know confirmed we will at least be having a Donda review for you guys. So that's all. That is all from me today. Stay safe, guys. Stay well. Stay healthy. Stay safe, and obviously share where you can. If you enjoy it, obviously share with whoever you can possibly share it with, and keep listening. And that's all from Ursel. I'm signing off. Thanks, guys.
Signing off, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Go Hoosiers.